Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Saturday in Proverbs is what we're going to be dealing with today. First day of March 2025. Last night was the big alignment of the stars, 7 planets in alignment last night. Um, there's some different energy in the universe. Things are not the same. And unfortunately, you got a lot of people that's going to treat it just like it's another day, and things have changed. You know, the Bible say, as above, so below. So it's going to be interesting to see the manifestations that start happening for people, and that's good and bad. You know, because if you put some bad energy into the universe, that's what you're gonna get. Negative energy, that's what you're gonna get. And you can't blame nobody else because of the energy that you're putting into the universe. So, you know, and it's gonna be interesting, man. You know, a lot of truth that's gonna be revealed. You know, a lot of things that have been hidden for years, all of a sudden now gonna start getting coming to the light so that people can get the truth. You see, so you know, and that's what I'm believing. Anyway, um, you know, Proverbs is my favorite book of the Bible because in Proverbs, it will show you how to live today. You don't have to think back 2,000 years. Okay? All right? Okay, happy Ramadan, man. I didn't know it was. Um, and you know, see, this is the one thing that I've noticed about different religions. It's all about how you live. And a lot of them got the same stories, but it's about how you living. You know, how you treating people. You know, whoa. Tanya, man, thank you for that $30, girl. Thank you. Thank you. You the first one. May there be many more after you. Yes. Thank you, girl. I got that money. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. But this is you know, this is what's gotta happen. And so you know, it's how you living, man, how you treating people. And none of us are perfect. Let me say that again. None of us are perfect, but it's how we treat people. Whether you're going to take advantage of somebody, lie, deceit, cheat, steal, it's all about how you doing it. Thank you, Tanya. Good morning. Thank you so very much. Okay, so you know, there are 31 chapters in Proverbs. It's a chapter for every day of the month. Today is the first, like yesterday was the 28th. Well, you know, if you was reading, then you would just keep on reading the 28th, 29th, 30, 31st. So when it comes time to the first, you still back on track, you know? And this, and like I said, you know, Proverbs was written by King Solomon. King Solomon was the wisest man ever. No man will be as wise. And when you read Proverbs, you know, not only will you see yourself, you'll see your friends, you'll see your enemies, you'll see your family, you'll see everybody in Proverbs. If you honestly sit down and take the time and read it, okay? It will show you how to deal with life on a day-to-day basis in 2025. Okay? All right? So, uh, since today is the first, we're going to start on the first chapter, and I'll be reading from the Message and the New King James Version so that you can have some comparison about what's being said. All right? I'll be reading from both. All right? So let's pray and get in the word. Father, thank you for another day to gather around your word. Father, speak through my mind, speak through my lips, and speak through my heart so that I may precisely articulate this word that pierce the hearing and the vision of your children so that we may live the righteous lifestyle that you have ordained for us to live. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay? And notice I said righteous lifestyle. Didn't say perfect. Okay? I said righteous lifestyle. Okay? Because that's not harmful when you live a righteous lifestyle. Yes, you will make mistakes. Yes, you still will cuss a mofo out when you live a righteous lifestyle, but you ain't gonna take advantage of nobody. Okay? You ain't gonna cheat and you ain't gonna steal and you ain't gonna deceive nobody. That's a righteous lifestyle. If anything, all of the above will happen to you, all right? Because you're a good person. And see, and when you're a good person, God said he'll make even your enemies be at peace with you, okay? All right. Chapter 1, verse 1. These are the wise sayings of Solomon, David's son, Israel's king, written down so we'll know how to live well and right, to understand what life means and where it's going. A manual for living, for learning. That's right, and just and fair. Let me go back and read that again. Written down so we'll know how to live well and right, to understand what life means and where it's going. A manual for living, for learning, was right and just and fair. Okay? Was right and just and fair. See, you don't go along with the crowd. And you got so many Christians right now that are just going along with the crowd, man. They're not thinking. They're just following what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is saying. All right? To teach the inexperienced the ropes and to give our young people a grasp on reality. There's something here also for seasoned men and women. Still a thing or two for the experienced to learn. Fresh wisdom to probe and penetrate the rhymes and reasons of wise men and women. Now this what it says in the New King James Version. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. And see, there is, hey David, how you doing? See, there's a blessing that comes with wisdom and understanding. Let me say that again. See, there is a blessing that comes, wisdom and understanding comes with blessings. Okay? There are gifts with wisdom and understanding. Let me show you. If you go to chapter 3, verse 13, it says, happy is the man who finds wisdom and the man who gains understanding. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. She's more precious than rubies, and all the things you may desire cannot compare with her. Length of days, is in her right hand, and in her left hand, riches and honor. Okay? That's wisdom and understanding, not tithing, but wisdom and understanding. And see, and matter of fact, this is how King Solomon got blessed by God, because God came to say, ask of me anything you want, and I'll give it to you. And King Solomon's response was, Lord, give me wisdom and understanding how to be able to judge your people, to lead your people. Matter of fact, let me get that story. Uh, Let me find out. Let me read it to you. First King. First Kings 8. '54 through. Amen. Make sure I get this right. Uh, 5 through 6. I want to make sure. I want to make sure I get this right. So that's basically how this came about. So God told King Solomon, listen, since you didn't ask for the lives of your enemy, for wealth for yourself, I'm going to bless you. You'll be the wisest man ever, and no man will be as wise. Okay? No man will be as wise. This is the blessing that I'm going to bestow upon you. So as a result, King Solomon wrote Proverbs, and there is wisdom and understanding. There is a blessing on wisdom and understanding. Okay, so verse 2, and this is the New King James Version. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to perceive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel. To understand a proverb and an enigma, the words of the wise and their riddles. Okay, verse 7. Start with God. The first step in learning is bowing down to God. Only fools thumb their noses at such wisdom and learning. Verse 8. Pay close attention, friend, to what your father tells you. Never forget what you learn at your mother's knee. And see, and this is honoring your parents. You know, and you got clowns like Jesse Lee Peterson that talking about parents are evil. that you shouldn't, mothers are hateful and all of this stuff. And I'll be asking God, how do you allow somebody to keep sowing that kind of discord and misinformation and still succeed? And I'm still waiting on an answer. I'm still waiting on that answer. Verse 7 in the New King James Version. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Now you see why a fool's life is so hard. Because they despise wisdom. You can't tell a fool nothing. A fool knows everything, got all the answers, yet their life is miserable. But you can't tell them nothing because they're not willing to learn. Verse 8 in the New King James Version. My son, hear the instruction of your father and do not forsake the law of your mother. Hear the instruction of your father and do not forsake the law of your mother. Verse 9, for they will be a graceful ornament on your head and chains about your neck. Okay, let me go back to the Message Bible. Pay close attention, friend, to what your father tells you. Never forget what you learned at your mother's knee. Wear their counsels like flowers in your hair, like rings on your fingers. Dear friend, if bad companions tempt you, don't go along with them. If they say, let's go out and raise some hell, let's beat up some old man, mug some old women, let's pick them clean and get them ready for their funerals, we'll load up all our top quality loot, we'll haul it home by the truckload, join us for this time of your life. And see, this is the person that's following the crowd. This is the person that not only are they following the crowd, but they enjoy getting something for nothing. And if you look at the crime that's in especially the black community right now, you got a whole bunch of kids out here that are trying to get something for nothing. This is right. Matter of fact, let me read this from the New King James Version. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. I don't care how fine she look or how fine he looks. Okay? I don't care. Don't be enticed by that. If they say, come with us, let us lie wait to shed blood, let us lurk secretly for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them alive like Sheol and whole like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all kinds of precious possession. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in your lot among us. Let us all have one purse. See, they don't want to go alone and do this. They need other people with them. See, notice that when they start going down this road of sin, they never go alone. They always got to take somebody else with them. Okay? And you're supposed to be wise enough to know, nah, man, that ain't for me to do. I don't want to be a part of that. But unfortunately, most folk are afraid to say, I don't want to be a part of that. Count me out. Okay? Um, Verse 14, casting your lot among us, we shall all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Keep your foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, but they lie in wait for their own blood. They lurk secretly for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy of gain. Hold on, y'all. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy of gain. It takes away the life of its owners. In the Message Bible, it says, "Join us for the time of your life. With us is share and share alike." And see, and this is another thing. These kind of people you can't trust. You putting trust in the wrong crowd. Somebody that's going out to take advantage of another person wants you to trust them. And they're showing you from the very beginning that they don't have any integrity. They don't have any moral. They don't even have any respect for other people. Why are you trusting them when they're showing you who they are? And you think they won't turn around and do the same thing to you? You think you're off limits? No. Oh, friend, don't give them a second look. Don't listen to them for a minute. They're racing to a very bad end, hurrying to ruin everything they lay hands on. Nobody robs a bank with everybody watching. Yet, that's what these people are doing. They're doing themselves in. When you grab all you can get, that's what happens. The more you get, the less you are. And they still ain't satisfied. The more they get, the more they want. Cause they're not that's an insatiable appetite. Okay? Verse 20. Lady Wisdom goes out in the streets and shout. At the town center, she makes her speech. In the middle of traffic, she takes her stand. At the busiest corner, she calls out. In the New King James Version, it says, wisdom called aloud outside. She raises her voice in the open squares. She cries out in the chief concourse at the opening of the gate in the city. She speaks her words. But because, remember, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Okay, so no matter how much wisdom cries out, fools despise wisdom. They don't want to hear that. They ain't interested. Matter of fact, this is the kind of information they demonize because they don't want to hear it. All right, so they'll demonize it and do all other kind of derogatory things to discredit what they're hearing. All right? Verse 22, simpletons, how long will you wallow in ignorance? Cynics, how long will you feed your cynicism? Idiots, how long will you refuse to learn? About face, I will revise your life. Look, I'm ready to pour out my spirit on you. I'm ready to tell you all I know. As it is, I've called, but you've turned a deaf ear. I've reached out to you, but you've ignored me. And I'm gonna show you some people. See, this is what it says in the New King James Version. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Stop doing that. Stop it. That's no good for you. Get away from this person. They're not good for you. Okay? And you got to see, God be telling you that person is not good for you. I don't care how good they make you feel. I don't care how good they curl your toes. They ain't no good for you. Get away from them. But you won't listen. Okay? Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called and you refused, I stretched out my hand and no one regarded. So God then tried to correct you, then tried to discipline you, then tried to instruct you, and you don't want to have no parts of it. So this is what God will do. Since you laugh at my counsel and make a joke of my advice, how can I take you seriously? I'll turn the tables and joke about your troubles. What if the roof falls in and your whole life goes to pieces? What if catastrophe strike and there's nothing to show for your life but rubble and ashes? You'll need me then. You'll call for me, but don't expect an answer. No matter how hard you look, you won't find me. You don't think some of the people that got burned out in California? Listen what it says. What if catastrophe strike and there's nothing to show for your life but rubble and ashes? You don't think some of them people at the last minute was calling on God? He was the last thing on their mind. You don't think they was calling? Listen, this is what it says in the New King James. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come up on you. Man, that's quick. You ain't got time. Oh God, forgive me. I repent of my sin. Because this is suddenly your destruction. And I often use this example. You don't think Breonna Taylor, the girl that them police shot up her house and got killed because she was with her boyfriend, you don't think she was calling on God? You don't think God tried, man, get away from this guy. He ain't no good for you. That is not a situation you need to be involved in. Get away from that. You don't think that boy that them 5 police officers was beating down in Memphis, he was calling for his mama. You don't think he called on God? You don't think them guys that went down in that submersible submarine that imploded, when they realized shit was getting ready to hit the fan, you don't think they called on God? I mean, think about that. And see, and the very one they done took for granted. See, and there's so many people only call on God and acknowledge God when they are in need. That's when they want to run to God, when they have an issue. But as long as life is hunky-dory and everything, you ain't got time for God. You don't need God. And this is what this scripture is showing you. Listen, since you laugh at my counsel and make a joke at my advice. Okay, I read this. Oh, here we go. Because you hated knowledge and had nothing to do with the fear of God, because you wouldn't take my advice and brushed aside all my offers to train you, well, you've made your bed. Now lie in it. You want it your own way? Now how does it how do you like it? Don't you see what happens when you simpletons, you idiots? Carelessness kills, complacency is murder. First, pay attention to me and then relax. Now you can take it easy. You're in good hands. Okay? Listen to what it says in the New King James Version. I'm going to go back to 27. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then you will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. And see, when you choose the fear of the Lord, that's a reverence. That's respect. When you have fear of the Lord, you have respect. Some things you just ain't gonna do. Out of fear of the consequences, to respect something. Here's a good example. This month, me and this girl will be married 6 years. It's been 6 years in June since I've seen her. Okay? And I can be screwing out of both legs right now if I want to. She wouldn't know, but God would. You see? And it's out of my respect and reverence and fear that if I go out here and do something stupid, I might not ever get here in this country as my punishment. And I got a new idea for the Philippines too. I'm gonna put out today. I got a tourism idea for Philippines. I'm gonna put it out today. I got an idea, and see, I ain't scared to try my ideas. I got an idea for the Philippines, buddy. And that joint gonna work too. It's gonna work. Yes, it do. It's gonna work. Okay. Then they will call upon me. I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, they would have none of my counsel and despise my every rebuke. Therefore, they shall eat the fruit of their own way and be filled to the full with their own fancies. For the turn away of the simple will slay them, and the complacencies of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will dwell safely and will be secure without fear of evil. Okay? Whoever listens to me, listen, but whoever listens to me will dwell safely and will be secure without fear. See, if you truly, and this is why I be trying to tell y'all, live right. Because all this stuff that Elon Musk is doing and what's going on with this administration, you ain't got to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. And let me show you why. Let me show you why. Psalms 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor the destruction that lays waste at noonday. See, when God is your shield, man, a lot of stuff you ain't got to worry about. You ain't got to panic. See, and this is where it's going to test your faith, because the Bible say all things are possible to him who believes. All things are possible to him who believes. And like the man of that son said, Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief, my doubt, my second guessing, my insecurity. See, that's what's stopping a lot of people's prayers from being answered, because they got doubt. They're second guessing. They're insecure, ain't sure, that it's going to work. And you get exactly what you're putting out. Y'all, this is not the time to be putting a whole bunch of negative energy into the universe, because that's what you're going to get back. And this stuff is speeding up. But man, look how fast this year done went already. We already in March. Already. We're in March. This year is flying. And it's going to get faster. You're going to turn around and look, man, it'll be Christmas again. And you'll be like, where time went? And you still in your same old store, same old habits, ain't nothing changed. Nothing has changed. Still your critical self, still sowing your discord, your negativity. I'm telling you, man, that's all you're going to get back. That's all you're going to get back. And it's going to come back faster this time than it's been coming. And more powerful. Okay? So that's the end of chapter 1. And like I said, man, I like Proverbs because Proverbs will show you how to live today. Proverbs, you ain't got to guess and wonder. It will show you today. Okay? Like this is in chapter 2. I just see this. You know, it say, this is verse 10. When wisdom enters your heart and knowledge is pleasant to your soul, discretion will preserve you and understanding will keep you. Discretion will preserve you and understanding will keep you. See, you won't get out here like Fannie Willis. Got the case of a lifetime. But can't put no sex on hold. See, lack of discretion. Like, ain't nobody gonna find out about this. I'm gonna pay you all this money. And ain't nobody gonna even discover this. Lack of discretion. See, that's a classic example. A classic example of Proverbs. Lack of discretion, lack of respect, and got the nerve to get in the pulpit, and the man still staying with his wife. That dude is, to this day, is still living under the same roof with his wife. But look how he done twisted her mind, and she done lost everything and gonna lose everything. She gonna lose everything, buddy. She'll be lucky that she don't go to jail. That's for real. She'll be lucky that she don't go to jail. But her law license, Her career, man, all that stuff is a wrap. It's over. It's over. No credibility whatsoever. You watch. And see, and it's a lot of people right now that in some positions taking stuff for granted, like it don't apply to them, and the truth gonna start coming out. And from this day forward, you're gonna start seeing a whole bunch of truth that's been hidden for years. It's gonna start being revealed. Okay? Gonna start being revealed. Because times have changed, man. Times have changed. And unfortunately, we're in the age of Aquarius now. And that's where humanity. Matter of fact, let me read to you what the age of Aquarius is. Hold on, so you can see. The age of Aquarius is a concept that describes a time of great change and progress, often associated with new technologies, equality, and environmental awareness. Okay? The age of Aquarius is a concept that describes a time of great change and progress, often associated with new technologies, equality, and environmental awareness. People are gonna become more conscious, man. All of this dog eat dog and revenge and getting even and animosity, it's done had its day. It's done had its day. It has, because the times have changed. But unfortunately, a lot of people are still the same, and they're gonna suffer the consequences. And I pray that you're not one of them. I pray that you're not, that you are listening, that you are obedient. And like I said, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. I was down yesterday at the White House, and I don't support Ukraine. I think Ukraine is run the flim flam on the American people. That's just my concept. That's what I believe. I mean, out of 175 billion that we done sent to Ukraine, they turn around and say, well, we only got 75 billion. Where's the other 100? You've seen more real-time war in Gaza than you have Ukraine. And I'm saying this on the microphone, and they trying to intimidate me. And this one woman actually had the nerve to come up and snatch my microphone cord out of my speaker. I bet you she won't do that again. She actually snatched my cord out of my speaker. And before I knew it, man, I had her by her hair. When I saw you, what you did, what? Man, I grabbed that broad by her hair and I go, don't you ever do this again. Okay? And pushed her to the ground. And then, Secret Service, he just assaulted her. I said, she shouldn't have pulled my speaker. Stupid action gets stupid results. You shouldn't have pulled my speaker, my microphone out of my speaker. And they came and told her, you lucky that he don't want to press charges. Because you can go to jail for that. You can't do that. But they're going, he just assaulted her. No, I didn't. I responded to her ignorance. And just like that. Okay, and I ain't sorry for it either. I am not sorry, not one bit. Okay? However she was treated, she deserved it. That was a woman. She wasn't acting like one. Women don't, and I had one to come up and tell me how dumb and ignorant and stupid I was. And I told people, I say, see, when you disagree with them, they always want to intimidate you and try to put you down. And this lady actually told me, you're one of the dumbest, stupid, ignorant people I've ever seen. I said, that's the one that's between your legs. Oh, you're a misogynist. No, I'm not. So it's okay for you to tell me I'm dumb, stupid, and ignorant. But then when I tell you that's the one between your legs, now you offended. You are offended now. See, that's how people. That's how people are. Like I said, I ain't perfect, but you ain't gonna just walk over me and think you gonna treat me any kind of way. That ain't happening. It just ain't happening. All right, that's it, man, for Proverbs today. It was crazy down there, and I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see President Trump put him in his place. I'm glad to see Zelensky put in his place, because he ain't got no respect for the American people. He has no respect whatsoever. And Ukrainians in America are living better than Americans. We're paying Social Security benefits, we're paying pensions, but yet Americans are getting their Social Security cut, getting Medicaid cut, they're losing jobs, but we're paying pensions in Ukraine. Why? Why? And you've seen more real-time war in Gaza than you've done seen in Ukraine. Every time I see videos of Ukraine, they partying and having a good time. And one guy runs him out, well, what about this video? I said, that's a video. Show it to me in real time. Anybody can stage a video. Show it to me in real time. Show it to me in real time. And it's time for the American people to say, wait a minute, how come we ain't never seen no real-time war in Ukraine? Never. Have you ever seen any real-time war? It's always a video. Have a great day. See you later.